Hey guys, it's Asha and today's video is going to be a little bit different because instead of talking about beauty and fashion, I'm going to be telling you guys all about kind of my favorite music, my favorite bands and songs and stuff like that. I've grabbed a couple of questions from the music tag, which I saw Lindsay Rem do, and then I'm also just going to go through my iPod and I guess just shout out some of my favorite bands. A lot of them you might know, and then there are also some other ones that you may not know that are quite local. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you give it a huge thumbs up if you did, and leave me a comment down below telling me some of your favorite bands because I love finding new music. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm going to start off by answering some of the questions and then I'll move on to just going through my iPod. First question is the last song that you listened to. Let me just grab my iPod. The last song that I listened to was Hunter by San Cisco. Number 2 is the last show you attended. So I went to Splendor in the Grass Music Festival a month ago, yeah, and the last person I actually saw play was Lily Allen because she was the last person to perform at the entire festival, but I also saw some of my highlights: Foster and the People, Sticky Fingers, Group Love, Bonnie Barnett, a whole ton of people. Number 3 is the greatest show you've attended, and I couldn't decide this one, so I'm gonna tell you 2 of the shows that I have attended. The first would be Vampire Weekend. I've seen them twice. I saw them at Big Day Out and I also saw them at Falls Music and Art Festival last year. So the second time I saw them was amazing. They are so good live. If you haven't seen them live, then you need to go and see them. I managed to get right up the front of the mosh pit against the barrier, and Ezra was right in front of me. I literally sang every single song to every single word to every single song, and I was getting a few weird looks from people around me, but it was so worth it. It was amazing. Also, the Arctic Monkeys concert that I went to was incredible because I just wanted to see them live for so long. I probably would say that Vampire Weekend was better only because the Arctic Monkeys crowd was so rowdy. Like, they were pushing up against me. I do often pretty much always go into the mosh pit. Like, I love the middle of the mosh pit, or like try and get right up the front, but I couldn't handle it. I had to get pulled out and actually taken out the back to the paramedics, which was pretty awful. And yeah, I was crying and stuff because I missed like 3 songs. It was so bad. Next question is most musically involved you have been. So I went to a high school that was very musically involved. It was known for having a really great music program. I was actually in a music excellence class, which meant that all the people in my class played instruments or sang and stuff, and I played the violin. So I've played the violin since I was about 9 or 10, and then I played it all throughout high school. I've also played piano before and a little bit of guitar. Next question is one band you have never seen live but have always wanted to. 100% the Kooks. I have always wanted to see the Kooks live. And the last question is favorite music soundtrack. Submarine has an amazing soundtrack. And also, this is gonna be kind of awkward, Twilight, but I don't know if you guys have noticed. I mean, the Twilight movies are rubbish, but the soundtracks are amazing. So that's all the questions I'm going to be answering, and now I'm basically just going to go through my iPod and pick out some of my favorite bands. And like I said, you may know who some of these are, and you may not know who some of them are. I'm going to try and give a description of the band, but I'm really bad at describing things, so it may not work out, but we'll try. The first is Alpine. I think their music's amazing. If I'm wanting something that's really relaxed to listen to, then I'll usually listen to Alpine. Alt J is also really good. Again, quite relaxed and stuff. A little bit electronic. I don't know how to explain them. I'm just gonna shout them out and then you guys can look in the description bar if you do want to check out any of the bands that I mentioned. Next is Andy Bull. I really like him. He did a song with Lisa Mitchell called Dog, and I listen to that all the time, but I also just like his stuff. Angus and Julia Stone are pretty good. I used to be more into them a couple of years ago. Arctic Monkeys, of course, love them. They are literally amazing, incredible. Ballpark Music, I saw them at Splendor in the Grass and they were so good. They're actually from Brisbane. They're quite upbeat. Band of Skulls are also really good. Beach Fossils is quite good. They're a band of Triple J Unearthed. The Beatles, obviously, classic. If I don't know what I want to listen to, then I'm probably just going to listen to the Beatles. Big Scary is another Australian band that are really good. The Black Keys are amazing. Bleeding Knees Club, they're quite a punk band, but they're really, really good. I need to go faster. Bombay Bicycle Club. Chase City, they're another really good Australian unearthed band. Out Control, they actually played at my work a couple of months ago. The Doors, so good. The Drums, I love the Drums. I've been listening to them a lot lately. Dustin Tebbit, he's another unearthed band. Heist, the song 1, 2, 3, 4 is just a classic. I love that song. Florence and the Machine. Falls, I also saw them at Splendor in the Grass and they were so good. Foster the People, really love them. Frank Ocean, I'm kind of hit and miss with him. I do like some of his stuff and then I don't like some of his other stuff. The Generationals, they are amazing. If there's one that I think you should check out, that if you haven't heard of them, it would be the Generationals. They're really, really good. The Gorillaz, Grimes, love Grimes. The Gun Club. Jeremy Neal, he's an artist from Brisbane and he has some incredible music. Jet, an all-time classic. So the Jezebels, they are really good. Joy Division's really good. The Joy Formidable is also really good. Jungle Giants, I'm sure you guys may have heard me talk about them, but they're probably in like my top 5 favorite bands. The Kooks, of course, like I mentioned before. The Last Dinosaurs, another Brisbane band. The Last Shadow Puppets. The Libertines are really good. Little May, they are another band from, I think, Brisbane. Local Natives. Major Leagues, another band from Brisbane. I've used a couple of their songs in my videos before. Muse, Paramore. When me and my best friend Matisse were about 13, we were obsessed with Paramore. Like, we'd just sit in her room for hours on end and listen to Paramore, and that was all we did. Phoenix, they are really upbeat. I love Phoenix. The Pixies, a classic. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rolling Stones, the Rubens, the Runaways, San Cisco. The Shins are amazing. The Smiths, Sticky Fingers, so good. When I saw them at Splendor, they were like wearing no shirt with these massive fur coats. It was really cool. There's a band called Sweet Thing and I have one of their songs called Change of Seasons. I actually don't have anything else by them, but I really love that song. So I should probably check out some of their other stuff. Tame Impala's also really good. Good Old Cinema Club, I love them. I was so devastated when I found out that they weren't performing at Splendor. I'm still sad because I wanted to see them forever. The Vaccines, Vampire Weekend, of course. Waves are amazing. The Who, Wombats, I've also seen them live. The XX, I love if I'm, I don't know, trying to study or doing something, which generally when I study I don't listen to music, but if I'm going to, I probably will be listening to the XX. The Yeah Yeah Yeahs, I saw them live too and they were absolutely crazy. And I also really like Group Love and I also really like Little Odessa, which I think I might sort of skip through. They are both really good. I use Little Odessa's songs in my last couple of videos. They are another Brisbane band, really good. So I hope this video wasn't too boring or too long. It's a little bit different for me, so I hope that you guys liked it, and make sure to leave me a comment down below telling me who your favorite bands are, who your favorite singers are, who you've seen live, whatever you would like. And that is it for today, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye!
This is a long